Hello everyone, Mog here, and today I've got the Anker 3800 in front of me. This is a very neat magnetic dimple lock, so here are the dimple cuts on that side of the key and the magnets for 4 sliders on the other side. As you can see, key works as you'd expect. So with that, let's get to picking. I'm going to be starting with the with the dimples, clockwise tension. One is binding. This first one binds quite hard and pick keeps slipping off, but okay, there we go. Okay, I think I got one now. Well, maybe not quite. Okay, there we go. There's one, got a little plug movement. I think that was 4. There's 3. Okay, I think that was 2. I think I overset 3. Let off tension a little. There's 2. Okay, there's 2 again, and I think we're good now with the dimples. Let's try poking at some sliders here. So I'm going to be adding this other tensioner in so I can float pick the sliders, as the tension control is really important. And let's give this a try. 2 is loose. 3 is loose. I know 2, 3, and 4 I need to pick on this side, and 1 I gotta pick on the other. Four is also loose, so either 1 is binding or I dropped something or messed up the dimples. Okay, that kind of needs to be set, I think, so starting with one here. Okay, one is making sounds, so that one is good. I'll try 2 again. Getting a little bit of movement, so that one should be good. Whoops. Okay, 3 seems binding. I think I got 3. I'm going to check 2 again. It's making some sound. We'll check 4. 4 is good. I'm going to check 1 again. I'm also going to double check the dimples here. I may have dropped some of these dimples. Okay, there's one set again. The pin toner part of this look is normally quite easy, but I have to tension it in a difficult direction to make the magnets possible. So it's a little bit harder. Okay, there's one. There's 4. I think that's 3. And there's 4. Okay, there's 4 again, rather. 3 is still binding, so okay. I think we're good on the dimples. Let's try number 1 for the sliders, that is. Okay, 1 seems to be set. I'm going to double check these. Okay, yeah, still seems alright. Okay, 1's good. I'm going to try 3 next. Okay, 3's jiggling now. Got a little bit more of a false set, so that's a good sign. Try 2 now. No sound. Okay, 2's jiggling now. I'll try 4. 4 is silent. Let's see, 3 might be quiet again. Okay, gonna try 2 again, or see how it's feeling. Okay, let's double check 1. Oh. Okay, even more of a false set. We're getting really close here. I think probably just 1 slider left. I think it's 2, but I'm gonna double check these other ones. Yeah, 3 is good. 4 is good now. 3 seems good. Okay, set 2, drop something else, I think. Two's alright. Let's see, three. Three is definitely good. Four is good. Okay, two seems good. Gonna double check one. One is still good. Okay. I'm gonna check four. Four seems alright. Two is good again. Three seems good. Looks like it's two again. Four and three are good. Getting noise out of them. Two is good again. Okay, there's two. Three is good. is giving me trouble. Let me check some others here. Okay, I think I just reset one. That might have been why it felt like it was ping-ponging so much, these other ones. Okay, let's try 2. Okay, 2 feels good now. Two and 3 both seem good. Very close, very close. Try 2 again. Okay, I think all these on the right side seem set, so I'm going to try C and 1. Okay, I think we set 1 again. It wasn't making noise, now it is. Let's check 4. Well, 4 is free. Try 3. Maybe 2. 2 is good. Two is good. I'm going to check 1. Okay. 1 is good. I'm going to try 4, or at least check its state. Four seems good. I'm going to double check 1. One is definitely set. Okay, I'm going to check 2 now. 2 does not seem to be set. There we go. We are open. So, as you can see, rotating freely. Lock it back up. And let's give this thing a gut. Oh, those sliders definitely ping pong a bit for me, even with trying pretty hard to float pick them. It's a very, very fine line. There we go. So I've got the rear little brass ring off. Now ready to actually take the contents of this guy out. And I'll start with the core here. Let's see. Oh yeah, here are my tweezers. There's the first driver. There's the second one. Okay, I'm gonna get the spring for that guy in a second. There's the fourth driver. There are only 4 in here. Okay, there's spring for 3. Okay, there we go. And there is 4. So that's, whoops. Okay, so there's this. We'll take another look at that guy in a moment. Now let's do these. Let's see, how do I want to start here? I'll start with the key pins. Being very careful to keep my thumb pushed down on this piece back here, because that can come out and then I'd have a big mess. I'll try this side first. There's one key pin. There's another key pin. There's the third key pin. Okay. Well, we'll get that guy in a minute then. Oh my. Well, I didn't listen to my own advice there. Okay. So there's the other key pin. Let me get these all in order. Okay. This is slider number 2. And the spring is just right there. Thankfully it didn't go too far. There's the first one. There's a spring for that guy. And here is the last one. And then we've got another little ring here at the front. And we got this metal piece there. Okay, so let's take a look at all this stuff. So I guess I'll start with the core, which has chambers in it as you expect, 4 of them, and then these things on the side are what interacts with the sliders. So you can see there's 4 cutouts on each side that slider could go into. Now in practice, as you may have noticed, the sliders are on specific sides. So in this one, and as far as I know, I assume all of them, based on the shape of this piece, the first and third sliders are on the left side, and the second and fourth are on the right side. But yeah, in fact, I can even, these guys slide out a bit of the way, but not all the way, but you can kind of see there. That's what the little ends of the sliders go into, and the one on the other side's a little more stubborn, it would seem, but yeah. So those are the pieces that the sliders interact with. So yeah, the pins for the pin tumbler are nothing special. It's all standard key pins and driver pins. Of course, different size key pins, but all the drivers seem to be the same size. Then, yeah, so for our plug here, there's the side for the pins, which, you know, nothing too crazy. And then this is where the sliders all sit, with this little metal piece here, which has a little end for the spring to rest on. So it goes in like that. So you can see here that 1 and 3 are going to be going out on the other side, because they've got kind of the deeper edge for the spring. And then 2 and 4 will be coming out on this side. And there is your keyway. So pretty open, which is good because it gives you room to maneuver a magnet. Oops. Yeah, these rings I think are mainly just to keep these guys in place when the lock is all assembled, but I could be wrong. I'm not exactly sure if there's another purpose. Yeah, then the real interesting bit of this lock is the sliders. So here's slider 4. So this edge on the left there is what bites into that thing in the side of the core and would stop it from spinning if they're not pulled in. And the little slider, or sorry, the little spring here pushes them out. These springs are really tiny and go flying. I've almost lost them a few times, so you know, be careful with those. Then, so yeah, the little nub on the top is what is sprung on the slider itself, and then you can see the little magnetic component close to the little nub on the end there on the left side. Oops. And yeah, this one is entirely unmastered. From what I understand, some will be mastered, but there's the third one, here is, oh, it's stuck to my tweezers. There's the second. And here is the first. So the main thing that it means that they're unmastered is I kind of don't have a choice of what side of the keyway I pick them on. So in an easier bidding, some of them would be mastered and have magnets on both sides of the slider, which would give you an option for that particular slider to pick it on either side of the keyway. But that is not the case here. So there's that key again, and can show the bidding with some magnetic stuff here. So you can see that this actually explains why I have to pick mostly on the right, but the first one on the left. It's kind of hard to see there, but you see there the big poles on the third and fourth are on the well, it is the lower part of the key here, but the right side when I'm picking. And then there's the kind of sideways pulls on the second pin and on the first pin, but the first one is going to be on the left side of the lock when I'm picking, and that's why I need to pick that one there. And you can also use this on the sliders themselves. But as for my tool, we've got just so for the tool I actually made just basically took some old Sparrows pick I wasn't using anymore, cut the end off, filed some markers on, thinned down the very tip, and crazy glued a couple magnets on the end. I don't think 2 magnets is necessarily necessary, but I felt like it might help with getting some of the sliders from one side to the other. So I don't know, I gave it a try and it ended up working. The downside to this is too thick to spin in the keyway, so I couldn't do that, but that's okay. And oh yeah, these little magnets are 2mm diameter, 1mm thickness, neodynium I believe they're called, but just cheap off Amazon. And then just nothing special for picking the dimple pins, just I think this is a number 6 multi-pick flag, but I don't know, some nice skinny multi-pick flag. And then for tensioning I've got this BMS-10 to stick in the middle, and then I was using just a couple top of keyway tension bars duct taped together to stick on the side here, and oh whoops, wrong side. So yeah, between those two I can, so I had it set up like that, and that gives me a very good tension control to float pick, because picking the dimple part on this is nothing particularly special. I would have liked to do it counterclockwise because that would make it substantially easier, which is how I was doing it before, but I found my one particular slider was slider number 1 was very, very difficult to set. If I was trying to pick it counterclockwise, it would sometimes catch, which suggested to me that maybe that was something to do with the spring, but as far as I can see, the spring is in fine shape. But yeah, in any case, I decided to try picking it clockwise instead, which, as you can see, is what I ended up doing for this video. And that made things a lot easier when it came to the sliders, and that's worth a little more difficulty. Oops. Sorry for the dimple pins. But anyway, there's all the guts. So yeah, there you have it. That is the Anker 3800 picked and gutted. For anyone who took the time to watch, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.